Hello everyone! Today I'm taking you thrifting, going to share a huge haul, and of course, I'm going to show you some styling. Hope this inspires you to get creative and design some vignettes in your own home using thrifted decor. So let's go! So this is a collective haul. I got a few items from my favorite stores I usually go to. Had an excellent coupon of 30% off when I went to Value Village. And let's just get right into this. Hope you enjoy. So like I mentioned before, I always go to the art and print wall. These are the beauties that I found actually this past week. The frames are just gorgeous, and these pictures of these wonderful ladies. I love the little hats, so wonderful. Wouldn't it have been awesome to dress like that? The gloves, I think these are beautiful. So I'm not sure if these are the same lady, or they could be sisters. But these beautiful pictures, I think they're just little prints, but somebody donated them and I thought they were quite gorgeous. I really truly loved the look of the frame. I love all this detail. I think these might go on my gallery wall. I think they were quite precious. So I bought those home, obviously. And this is what made me laugh. Looks like somebody put it together with big Band-Aids. Yeah, that's new to me. I haven't seen that before, but certainly it's keeping it together. I got them both for, or each for $5.99. There's this print on the back. There's no other details. There's some handwriting there, but I thought these were gorgeous. So I thought those were pretty, and I can't wait to style those. Let me know what you think. Do you like this type of artwork? So I'm sure a few of you remember my sweet little chair that I thrifted. Now I want to style one of those little pictures. So I added a little doily that I've had for a while. A few of the little watches, as you can see right there. Just put them at the base because I figure it needs a little feminine touch. I added a cute little flowers there. You can see those. And actually the one with the black band was my mom's. So I just added that there. And I'm gonna add that picture here. It fits perfectly. There we go. And I think it needs something sitting right there. So I'm gonna take one of those thrifted brass swans, and I think that kind of goldy brassy color will complement the picture really well. The frame mostly, but also the picture there. So I'm just gonna set that there. And I think that is really, really sweet. This is something that I'd style like in a bathroom, on a shelf, or on your dresser. I think this is quite gorgeous. And I even might add some greenery maybe, just to kind of complete the look. And that's just one of my thrifted milk glass vases, and that's just some greenery I had in my stash. So let me know what you think about this. I think I might need something down at the bottom here, maybe a tray or something. Let me know what you would add to this little vignette. But I think this is really pretty, and it's a great little start. I really love this one. I found this in the wood section. It's a beautiful little vase. I love the wood details there, the knots and everything. This is done really, really well. That was so pretty. I found it for 99 cents at the Salvation Army, and I thought it was so pretty. And I thought, oh, that's gonna be gorgeous in a little vignette or on a tiered tray. So I found these little dried little flowers. I just love them. They're so pretty. And I thought I'd just add them to this little vase here. I don't know what it is, but it just goes beautifully with this. I thought that was quite gorgeous and organic, and certainly unique. So I love looking at the crystal items. This one just caught my attention. beautiful little vase or little jar. I love the etching on the end and this crisscross pattern. This is quite beautiful itself on there, and it was only $2.99. And like I said, I did have a 30% off coupon, so I thought this would be great. I think it'll look really pretty in a bathroom, maybe some Q-tips or something like that. Here I just styled it with some thrifted fern and these cute little flowers, and it's such a pretty little thing. So moving on, I want to create a small vignette for that other print of the nice lady there. So I'm going to use this as a base. This is something I've had for a long time, and I'm going to start off with that. All right, so I just put her there. I needed two hands to steady that on there. And I want to put, I think, the other little vase right here. Okay, so I just put that right there. Just that together, I think, is really, really pretty. All right, we need to add some more here. So I went looking and I wanted to put something like jewelry wise. So this cute little glass jewelry box with the brass and that gorgeous swan on the front. I thrifted that a little while ago, and I just added some of my own jewelry. A little brooch, the little stick pin with the pearl in it, some old earrings, and this beautiful pearl necklace. I thought that would look really pretty just hanging off there and gives a very feminine touch to what I'm creating here. So there's one of my beautiful brass swans. I love the brass complementing this beautiful little jewelry case. And we need something else. I want to put something back here and just to balance it out. And I think I want to use that pretty crystal little container or vase also, and a little bit of greenery. So I just wanted some greenery there. So there's the rule of odds. Again, I have 5 items, and I think this will look really, really pretty in, you know, like in a girl's room or in your own. Beautiful on a dresser or in a bathroom. Just very feminine, gorgeous look. Here I just added a little plant just to have difference, so more greenery with the little wicker basket just to add some more texture. So let me know what you think. Do you like this one, or do you like the one with the little crystal vase instead? First, I want to apologize. I guess it's a lot of construction going on out there. So if you hear the noise, I apologize for that. But anyways, moving on. You do always find me in the literature section at the thrift store. You buy 4 books, you get 1 free at Value Village. And of course, there's that lovely coupon as well. But I saw these, and they all had jacket covers like this color. And that's what drew me first. I thought it was a beautiful looking, vintage looking color. Each of these books were $2.99 each. And I had, like I said, there's that deal. So I thought that was pretty good. And there was 3 of those. These are all copyright 1949. So certainly vintage. And when I took the dust jacket off, it was this beautiful kind of brown color. I thought this is gonna be gorgeous anytime, obviously, but definitely for fall. So I grabbed those and definitely gonna style with those at one point or another. I love books because they're so versatile. Besides reading them and enjoying the stories and the education that you get from them, I love styling with them. So here I just added my little brass swans, put that beautiful little jewelry box again. As you can see, the little swan there with the brass. Such a simple, unique way of decorating and inexpensive. Everything was from the thrift store. Just a different option here. The beautiful books as your base. I just put the jewelry box there, and I substituted this gorgeous crystal vase with the little flowers and the greenery. Let me know in the comments, which one do you like better? So yes, I found one of these at the thrift store. I'm really, really happy about it. It's a beautiful deep brown, gorgeous. And I found this for $12.99. So Again, I had my coupon, the 30% off, so I thought that was quite worth it. But yeah, you don't find these in the thrift store. Very rarely you do. Usually resellers grab them faster than us other thrifters. But I thought this was gorgeous for $12.99. And I can't wait to style with this, mostly for the fall. But I think for the summer, some different stems in here would look quite gorgeous. So let me know, do you collect this type of pottery as well? Going back to the wood section, I'm always looking for little boxes. This one in particular caught my attention. I love that it was square. And the little class block here. These are great for risers, and also if you want to put something in here. So somebody must have painted the white top, which is fine, and the inside was quite nice. So I'm not sure what this was used for, but you certainly can display it this way as well. I think the tendency is to keep it closed all the time, but it can be done like this. And even if you need a background, in this case, you can also put it like that if you need a backdrop of wood, especially. It just warms up the space. And I thought this little box was a good price. It was $2.49. I'm always looking for nice wood cutting boards for display only. These I don't use for food. But this one caught my attention. I love the striping of that, and I think that just gives a nice unique design. But this board's a good size. I like the handle is quite unique, and I like that there's a little hole in it if I ever decide to hang it up on a wall or something like that. But this one was really pretty, good thickness there. And this one I found for $7.99. And I'm thinking, as you can see, it has a different color on the back here. So it depends how I'm going to use it, but it's certainly a warmer tone there. I like adding wood elements to my styling moments. And I found these really nice salt and pepper shakers. They even came in a little container, which I haven't seen that before. So I thought those were really cute. And obviously you don't have to use this if you don't want to, but I thought these were quite pretty, nice looking. I love the color tone of these, much lighter. And I thought they were in pretty good shape. And the price of these were $6.99 for all 3 pieces. And like I said, I did have that coupon. And I thought, you know, hey, I can bring these home and I think they'll look really good. Baskets. I always complain that I never find anything. Well, jackpot. This particular trip to the thrift store, I got some gorgeous ones. So you've probably seen most of these in my footage, but I thought I'd just go over them quickly. So these long ones, I really like these. They're just so pretty. Like, these can be used for bread. I think they'd be pretty also in a bathroom. You can put towels or something like that, soaps, because I like that it's narrow. It can even sit on the tank of your toilet. I think it's really pretty. It just gives some nice texture and really, really gorgeous. This one was $3.99. I thought that was pretty. I love this design for sure. Well, they're all pretty, right? I'm probably going to say that a few times. This one here is quite nice as well. Not sure what to use this for. It's a little wobbly, so that's the only thing. But I do like this one, and this one was $2.99. So obviously I got those two, scooped those up. I really like this one, this unique edge here. I thought it was so pretty. The bottom too. I love that it was like an oval shape. And this one was $2.99. So I thought that was quite pretty, that one there. And the next one, this one was, $3.99. Again, this one was a little more solid and pretty too. Nice little bread basket, or again, whatever you want to use it for. I think they're so versatile and pretty. This one here, I love the edge, beautiful braid. I love the coloring of all these as well. I think they complement each other. The edging on this one is like that. Really, really Nice. And this one was $2.99. Again, I don't understand their pricing of how they do this. Maybe there were different people pricing them, but that one was gorgeous. And this one here, this is the last one. I thought this was very, very delicate. Isn't it just pretty? I love that. Love how that is done. And this one's a little bit bigger. And again, really nice wood tone. This one was priced $2.99. So see what I mean? Like the prices were all different and staggered, but this was my 30% off day shopping. So I thought I'm going to grab these all, and I might even do a small basket wall in my kitchen. If you have any other ideas, let me know. I would certainly love to know what you would do with these. So moving on, I've been looking for birds. I think everybody's scooping them up. They're such a versatile, pretty item to use for decorating. I found this little sweet one. I'm not sure what the holes are for. Let me know if anybody knows what those are for, but I found him and there were actually 2 of them. So I was really happy about that. They were $3.99 each. And I think they're just so gorgeous to put anywhere. I love these little canisters. This one has a marking on the bottom, 200, and then it has a 5, and it says France. These are just great, especially it has a seal. This one's all dirty, it's all sticky and everything, but I'm going to clean it up. I love the metal closure on there. I think these are really, really nice, and you know, it's obviously telling you it's a vintage item in this case. The price of this, whoops, was $2.99. And on top it says here, Le Parfait, which is obviously French, and it says super. So this is really pretty. I can't wait to use this probably in my kitchen, either just for decor, or I'll put something in it, like maybe little tea bags or something like that for my coffee station / tea station. But I thought that was really sweet, and I love collecting these. One of my favorite places, I have many, don't I, is looking at all these beautiful little pitchers and containers, like for sugar. They're just so sweet, and I love that you can add them in anywhere. This one I came across, it is such a gorgeous green color. I couldn't leave it behind. It just kept calling my name. A beautiful emerald green, I'd say. I like the shape of it, and the spout was nice. There was no chips or anything. I found it for $5.99, and which is usually the going price pretty much for most of these, and it's a Mikasa. So I thought that was a, you know, obviously a good brand name. So, you know, obviously you can use for, you know, cream, milk, whatever, you know, suits and works for your household. But I thought that's just, the color is stunning. And I was at the dollar store, and I found this cute little lavender bush, and I guess it was $1.25 or something. And I just popped that in there, and I thought that purple purple color matched this, just really gorgeous. I love that combination. I don't know how many times I've passed this by. These beautiful crystal or glass candle holders, obviously vintage. I've seen a few different ones, and this one I've seen a couple of times actually, and I don't know what made me think that, you know what, I better get it next time, and I was so lucky it was still there. Really, really pretty detail. I love the scalloped edge, and this design here, just this little top and how the little arms go out. These are really pretty. One seems to be maybe a little cracked here, but you know, it's for me. I'm fine with that. I don't think there's any problems, but I think this is really a unique piece. I do love it. I found it for $4.99, which I thought was quite reasonable for this gorgeous vintage crystal or glass candle holder. So I think this is one of my favorites. I really love how this all came together. It surprises me sometimes. I'm just picking up things that, you know, I love, speak to me, but this all kind of came together, even using some of my own items. But here I put this beautiful candle holder. I just added some candlesticks. Looks like one is crooked. Obviously, I'm not going to burn these with this really delicate dry flowers there, but it's just to give you an idea. I just put it on some really old books. Look at the texture there. Isn't that just gorgeous? The brass swan. There's the other brass swan. I bought those thrifting. I think I got those on the bag wall. Don't quote me, but maybe that's where I got it. I added those string of pearls just over this really pretty picture. There's some of those thrifted watches, my mom's watch, and I added that little brass jewelry box, just a little lace doily underneath, and then it just needed something here, and there's that little crystal vase again. So I thought this so pretty. It would look so nice on a dresser in your bedroom. Whatever works for your styling moments. I think I might still want a few pieces for here. Maybe some lace gloves sitting over here. Some perfume bottles might be pretty. Let me know, what do you think of this small vignette? What would you add? And is there anything that you would change? But all in all, I love this. I am so glad this was still here. I mean, at the store. So the next find is this gorgeous wood bowl. I love the shape. Isn't that pretty? Reminds me of a flower in a way. The wood is really nice. I thought it was a nice, good size bowl. And it's a little scratched up, but I'm fine with that. I found it for $5.99. And I thought that was just so pretty. I was been looking for one for a while, and you know, this one drew me because of the scalloped edge, and I love the coloring. Obviously, it can be used for anything, you know, in your kitchen, for anything. It can house anything. Any collections of yours would be really, really nice. Fruit, the list goes on and on. So, speaking of fruit, I had a lovely viewer see that I passed up a bag of apples last year, I believe, and she called me out on it, and I'm like, oh, guess what? I found a bag. I love these green apples. Obviously $5.99 on the bag wall. Now, these apples kind of making me laugh. Are gorgeous. They look almost real, but they have some kind of weight to them. So if I set it down a different way, it kind of is almost like a weeble wobble, if anybody knows what those were. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. So they're definitely weighted. So with that gorgeous bowl, I thought these would look really, really nice in there. So I'm just gonna load this up. And as you can see how they're moving, like that weight is just carrying them a different way. But so far, I love this color difference here. And these are almost good enough to eat, I would say, because they just look so real. Okay, there they are. I need 2 hands to get that last one out of the bag. I think this is gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. Style on a coffee table, make sure nobody eats them, on some books. I think this would really, really gorgeous. So thank you for that viewer to, you know, call me out of not picking those other ones up. So I am really happy. I've been on the hunt and I finally found these. So, so gorgeous. So just a side note, if you see any sparkles in this bowl, I am looking for thrifted Christmas items. I know it's early, but I'm keeping my eye out to make sure I'm finding, you know, real special items. So let me know. Give me a little Christmas tree emoji in the comments if you're getting excited for my Christmas thrift hauls in July. So this is my last item. Thank you so much for sticking around for this full haul. I didn't realize it was as big as that I collected so many things in the last little while. But this beautiful metal jug, basically. This is how I found it in the store. It was 2 for $15. So it was for this and all these beautiful vintage utensils to, you know, obviously for baking and cooking and everything. So what drew me mostly was this item here. You can see there's a little spring in there. And I just love the wear and tear, like, you know, the history of this. I loved how, if I can get a good shot, that there as well. See that little edging there, like gripping? So I believe these were probably used for like tongs or something. If not, if you know exactly what this is for, let me know. So I thought that was a beautiful piece in there. I also loved this masher. Look at the patina again. Isn't that beautiful? I just love anything wood and things that were, you know, used to create things. Obviously for baking and cooking and that, but the patina on here is, you know, you can see it's been used very well. Look at the little detail on the end there. I think it's just gorgeous. So I thought those were really, really pretty. That's what drew me to this container. I would buy just for that. And I also love this. Look at the discoloration, so pretty. Obviously, I'm not going to use these. These are for decor, and I'm going to probably use them in my kitchen, probably somewhere maybe on top of my fridge or in a vignette somewhere in the kitchen. And those are all different spoons. I don't think I need to show you those. And I thought I'd add this gorgeous rolling pin. It just went really, really well with this. And I found this at the thrift store, and it looks like the label got worn out there. I can't even read what it is, but probably $4.99 or something like that. But anyways, I thought it went really well, the coloring with all these beautiful wood vintage items. Okay, so we're back in my kitchen. This is such a great area for me to style like this. I have plenty of room right here to work if I need anything. But otherwise, I've just used thrifted items from a few videos that I've posted before. I'll link those if you haven't seen them. And quite a few items that I showed you in my haul today. So I loved these new baskets. I think they were a great find. They bring so much wonderful texture. I just love how it plays off the little baking tin, those bobbins. Like, it's just so warm and cozy. And that, I think, really suits well in a kitchen. As we all know, it's the heart of the home. Here's just a little vignette also that I just put those wood utensils. I used a couple of the baskets. I just put that one up on its edge just to give a background. And I just put a whole bunch of little collected things in there. There's those sweet little items that I found on the bag wall. A cute little plant from IKEA to add some greenery. There's that beautiful grate here in the background. A wonderful book. And this old lamp, I've had it for years. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you like this kind of styling from me in my kitchen? You don't have to do it all like this. You can split this up and put it in all different areas in your kitchen. But this is the best place that I can do a long vignette like this. So if you hear the creaking, that's my kitchen floor. Sorry about that, but it creaks. Anyways, I hope you like this. Tell me what your favorite item is and let me know. So thank you everyone for joining me today for my thrift haul and style. I hope that you enjoyed this. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share with your friends who have a passion for thrifting vintage and antique items. Also, don't forget to subscribe. If you're new here, I would certainly love to have you. So hope everybody's doing well. Take care. And I can't wait to see you in my next videos. Bye.